Guten Morgen. So last night was a bit eventful. So I went to Pole as planned. Everything was tracking along quite well until I copped a heel to the face. So I don't know if you can sort of see it. There's a slight lump, lots of tenderness, a bit of swelling there, but other than that, I'm okay. Obviously, last night we were a bit concerned that I might have a concussion. And yeah, hey darling. So I was calling a few people and yeah, I tried calling my sister to see if she would be willing to come and stay, and I couldn't get through to her, so I called mum and I told mum what had happened and that I'd feel a lot more like, I don't know, comfortable if someone was able to stay in the house to check up on me. My sister was willing to meet me at ER for a couple of hours, but she said that she's got a big day at work today, working between the two stores, and so yeah, she's not available longer than a couple of hours, and like this is still at about 9 o'clock, so I reckon, and depending on how busy ER would have been, because I'm otherwise fine, I felt like, I don't know, I was really torn, trust me, between like athlete and trainer mentality, where I'm like, go get it checked out, and I'm like, I don't want to go and sit in emergency for hours, for them to just go home, or to send me home saying everything's fine and keep monitoring symptoms or whatever. And then mum's like, well, why don't you just go to the hospital anyway and you can stay there overnight? And I'm like, I don't want to stay in hospital overnight. I don't think they'd have beds for me to stay overnight anyway, so it's all good. But I guess that kind of hurt. I couldn't help but take it a little bit personally, or get a bit upset that Erica's work day took precedence over my health and well-being. But and I guess also, that's the journey that we're on. So I need to learn to manage that a little bit better. In the afternoon, like, Pete and I had been in chats, and he was sort of struggling with the idea of having a day one himself. And so, like, I called him and left a few voice messages saying, hey, like, I might have a concussion, so if you're struggling and you need somewhere to stay, like, it would benefit me as well. But I never heard back from him. And yeah, and then finally the last straw was me trying to get in touch with Alex to stay, and by that point I think I'd already mentally relapsed. I didn't hear back from Alex, so I went elsewhere. Sorry, darling. Sel keeps wanting to like sit in my lap and be super like affectionate and cuddly, as she usually does during these check-ins. So yeah, I'd already kind of like relapsed by that point, so mentally relapsed, and then had a shower, went out, scored. Alex called when he finished work, which was about like another hour later. He had quite a late one today. It's hard to tell when he's busy or not, but he says that like lately they've been really busy with lots of places booking there for Christmas functions, so he's been flat out. So yeah, yesterday didn't go as planned, but I am also acknowledging that the universe will always keep throwing me these curveballs. It's to test my resilience and my dedication to this new path, which I'm trying to forge for myself, but I keep falling back into old habits because it's easy. So I can't help but be a bit disappointed with myself today, but I'm trying to not dwell on the negative. I'm disappointed that last night I did what I did, but that was yesterday. Today we're making little steps, aren't we, Sal? So I got up. One of the things that I did ask my mum to do, because no one could stay with me, is I asked her to call me first thing in the morning when she got to work, so that I can check in with someone verbally before a video like this, and just to make sure that I wake up and beg my pardon stuff. And I think that's the scary thing with like head injuries, is that you don't know how bad it is really until it's kind of the next day. Okay? And I don't know, my advice as a trainer is usually always like better safe than sorry, but in my defense, I guess, I was chatting to a registered nurse about my symptoms and whether or not, because I don't like going to hospital unless I really have to. And it would just be like a pain. I didn't want to drive myself there, drive back. No. As much as I'm like, I think I'm willing to cop a shit night's sleep for the sake of detox, if I can control that environment, but I'm not going to accept a day one shit night's sleep in ER with beeping and people walking around and talking and shit like that. I don't feel like that was going to set me up for a good day. Maybe that's why I made that excuse to use or whatever. But anyway, like I said, I'm not dwelling on it. I am disappointed that that's how yesterday panned out. So, you don't need to be any more disappointed in me than I already am in myself. But today is a new day. Last Thursday we got through completely fine. I don't see why today would be any different. Especially like last Thursday, I was quite stressed with the kitten situation going on. I won't have the kitten situation. It will literally just be me. I think I will still go to Pole for something to do. As an evening activity. I'll try and just do some basic tricks. I can't be upside down for too long. I did try to keep training last night, and I got my twisted grip and shoulder mounts and things like that. Climbing, everything was fine. It's just if I'm upside down for too long, doing like something strenuous, like I was doing a twisted grip handspring to pencil, back to straddle, back down, control, back down. Which was good, but I did lose a bit of it later, then I kind of went a bit dark. So, yeah, being under strain upside down is a bit too much for me at the moment, but otherwise everything is seeming okay. And I will keep monitoring that myself. Yeah, so today I'm still going to stick with the plan. I didn't do any tanning last night, and the main reason for that was because when I kept looking down at my knees looked like shit. But there was quite a bit of grazing, and I was nervous that the colour was just going to look crap. And my main focus yesterday was just washing my hair and getting that clean again. So I'll jump through the shower in a bit and put the layer of tanning oil on so that has time to dry and start to settle before I get back in the car to head out to Harcourt and see Mel and Des. I've downloaded another app called Fabulous, which I've had before. I didn't really get much benefit out of it, and now it seems to be kind of like a freemium service, but I'm gonna trial how the free side of it's going, and at the moment it just wants me to start 3 mornings in a row with a drink of water. I do need to start drinking more water, especially because I do have slightly low blood pressure, and then obviously I drink a coffee in the morning, which is a diuretic, so I do need to be aware that I know that I don't drink enough water as it is, but yeah, it'll be good. So yeah, getting there. I've got reminders on my phone to keep drinking, and and I've at least checked that box. I've had water today, first thing as I woke up. I've had breakfast this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in the shower, do this tan, and then I don't know. Right now I don't really feel like writing goodbye letters, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do after the shower, but that's okay. If I get stuck, I'll just check in and do another video. There's plenty of things for me to do, and right now I think it's hard for me to figure out what I want to do, just because I've just woken up and I had a big strenuous day of pole yesterday, so my shoulders are feeling a little bit blur. But my body will wake up soon. I know that I respond really well to a shower in the morning, which helps. So yeah, I know what little bits of self-care I can do today, right now, to help me feel reset and keep tracking along for a good day. So yeah. Yesterday didn't work out quite as planned, and I think I need to call upon my resources just a little bit more, even if it's calling direct line before I call Alex or Pete or anyone else like that. And even, I know I've said it so many times, I just get stuck on it, but I need to actually let go of Pete and Alex, because I mean, well, Alex is a separate thing, but particularly Pete's unpredictability and unreliability when it comes to communication seems to really like affect me. And it kind of doesn't at the same time, because now I'm used to it and I'm like, all right, he's busy or he's got his own shit going on. But what I need to do is protect myself a little bit more by not even like broaching that, especially because I don't need it. Like, if I coped with a stressed out cell and another kitten last Thursday, you know, I don't know, I was just a bit emotional yesterday. I think I wasn't really expecting to be kicked in the head, and then I was just whirling quite a bit. I was worried that it's going to come up as a big massive bruise and I'm going to look really ugly for showcase, and I don't know, it's like, I think I know the times where I knock my head on the floor or on the pole when I'm dancing, but when someone else does it, and I don't know if it was because of where it hit, but I was just I think I was like triggered emotionally, but like maybe mentally still in shock. So I'm sort of trying to process everything. And then like Rachel came and checked on me, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. It's just," and then I just said "Dad" and started crying. And so she held me, which was really, really good. And I sent her a thank you message, and I'll say it again now because I know you watch every now and again. So thank you, Rachel. Thank you for grounding me, because I don't think I would have been able to make it through the next hour of class without that. I think I would have definitely like spiraled into like a proper PTSD flashback. I probably would have had nightmares tonight, last night, and everything like that. So genuinely, wholeheartedly, thank you so much for being there for me yesterday. It wasn't unnoticed and it means a lot, so thank you. Yeah, so that's it. That's a catch up. That's last night and this morning. Yeah, I've only got a couple of hours left before I'll head to Harcourt, so all G. Hope you all have a good day. I hope I have a good day. I might go for a cigarette and then fill out today's gratitude. So it seems to be an activity to do at the start of the day because you want to say, I will let go of blah. I am grateful for, I will focus on these things. So yesterday I wrote, I will let go of my perceived need for cannabis. I am grateful for a reason to be up in the morning. Cell reminding me that I'm loved, that I'm making steps to better my life. I am grateful for my body and all that it does for me. Mum, Rachel and Elaine. Combank releasing dollars to me, which did come through today, thank goodness. New jewelry for my piercings. It's something. Today I'll focus on getting myself organized for the future, creating a welcoming space in the house and in my room, and organizing my summer wardrobe. None of those things happened, but that's okay. The main exercise of having this journal is obviously to be grateful for things within myself. I think today I'll let go of what happened yesterday, because I think if I keep fixating and rolling over where I went wrong yesterday, I'm just going to keep thinking about it rather than focusing on the steps I need to be taking in the moment and in the next moment to ensure that I don't relapse again. I don't want to relapse. I want to try life sober. So let's do that. Okay. Bye.